Mark Zuckerberg. He was a former Harvard computer science student who, along with a few friends, launched Facebook, the world's most popular social network, in February 2004. Zuckerberg also has the distinction of being the world's youngest billionaire, which he achieved in 2008 at the age of 24. He was named Man of the Year by Time magazine in 2010. Zuckerberg currently is the Chief Executive Officer and President of Facebook. Fast facts about Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984 in White Plains, New York to parents Edward and Karen Zuckerberg. He is known as the Chief Executive Officer, President and founder of Facebook, as well as the world's youngest billionaire. He received his early education in Phillips Exeter Academy and after that further his studies in Harvard. He has various published works, namely Coursework, Synapse, FaceMesh and of course Facebook. Zuckerberg received an award from Time magazine in 2010 as Man of the Year. Zuckerberg then married his girlfriend Priscilla Chan in 2012 and they both have children, Maxima Chan Zuckerberg and August Chan Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is the second of 4 children born to dentist Edward Zuckerberg and his wife, psychiatrist Karen Zuckerberg. Mark and his 3 sisters, Randy, Donna and Ariel, were raised in Dobbs Ferry, New York, a sleepy, well-to-do town on the eastern bank of the Hudson River. Zuckerberg began using and programming computers in middle school with the active support from his father. Edward taught the 11-year-old Mark the Atari Basic and then hired a software developer, David Newman, to give his son private lessons regarding the matter. In 1997, when Mark was 13, he created a computer network for his family he called ZuckNet, which allowed the computers in his home and his father's dental office to communicate via ping, a primitive version of AOL's instant messenger that came out in 1998. He also developed computer games such as computer version of Monopoly and a version of Risk set in the Roman Empire.
For 2 years, Zuckerberg attended public high school Ashley and then transferred to the Phillips Exeter Academy, where he excelled in classical study and science. He won prizes from maths, astronomy, and physics. By his high school graduations, Zuckerberg could read and write French, Hebrew, Latin, and ancient Greek. For his senior project at Exeter, Zuckerberg wrote a music player called the Snap Media Player that used artificial intelligence to learn the user's listening habit and recommend other music. He posted it online on AOL and it received thousands of positive reviews. Both Microsoft and AOL offered to buy Snap for $1 million and hire Mark Zuckerberg as a developer, but he turned them both down and instead enrolled at Harvard University in September 2002. Mark Zuckerberg attended Harvard University where he studied psychology and computer science. In his sophomore year, he wrote a program he called CourseMatch, which allowed users to make class selection decisions based on the choices of other students and also to help them form study groups. He also invented FastMatch, a program with the stated purpose of finding out who was the most attractive person on campus. Users would look at 2 pictures of people of the same gender and pick which was the hottest. Then, the software compiled and ranked the result. It was an outstanding success, but it broke down the network at Harvard. People's pictures were being used without their permission, and it was offensive to people, particularly women's group on campus. Zuckerberg ended the project and apologized to the women's group, saying he thought of it as a computer experiment. Harvard put him on probation.
Inventing Facebook. Zuckerberg's roommates at Harvard included Chris Hughes, a literature and history major, Billy Olson, a theater major, and Dustin Moskovitz, who was studying economics. There is no doubt that the conversational stew that occurred among them spurred and enhanced many of the ideas and projects that Zuckerberg was working on. While at Harvard, Mark Zuckerberg founded the Facebook, an application intended to be a reliable directory based on real information about students at Harvard. That software eventually launched on 4th February 2004 and called the Facebook. 6 days later, he got into trouble again when Harvard seniors Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra accused him of stealing their ideas for an intended social networking website called Harvard Connection. The claimants later filed a lawsuit against Zuckerberg. However, the matter was eventually settled out of court. Over time, Zuckerberg enlisted a few of his fellow students to help grow the website. Eduardo Severin worked on the business end. Dustin Moskovitz was brought on as a programmer. Andrew McCollum served as the site's graphic artist. Chris Hughes became the de facto spokesperson. Together, the team expanded marriage and family of Mark Zuckerberg. In his second year of college at Harvard University, Zuckerberg met medical student Priscilla Chan. In September 2010, Zuckerberg and Chan began living together, and on 19th May 2012, they were married. Today, Chan is a pediatrician and philanthropist. The couple has 2 children, Maxima Chan Zuckerberg, who born 1st December 2015, and August Chan Zuckerberg, who born 28 August 2017. The Zuckerberg family is of Jewish heritage, although Mark has stated that he is an atheist. In 2019, Mark Zuckerberg's personal wealth was estimated to be more than $60 billion. Together, he and his wife founded the philanthropic Chan Zuckerberg Initiative to leverage technology to support the aims of science, education, justice, and opportunity. They also travel on vacation abroad and buying up brick properties in California, Lake Tahoe, and Hawaii. For example, they purchased 5,000 square foot estate in Palo Alto, California, home at Lake Tahoe, which totaled around $59 million, and 750-acre property on the north shore of the Hawaiian island of Kauai, which included Kahuaina Plantation, a 357-acre former sugarcane plantation, and Pila'e Beach, a 393-acre property with a white sand beach. Mark is currently president and chief executive officer of Facebook and works at the company's office in Menlo Park, California. Other company executives include Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg and Chief Financial Officer Mike Ebersman. These are a few quotes from Mark Zuckerberg. By giving people the power to share, we are making the world more transparent. When you give everyone a voice and give people power, the system usually ends up in a really good place. So, what we view our role as is giving people that power. The web is at a really important turning point right now. Up until recently, the default on the web has been that most things are not social and most things don't use your real identity. We are building towards a web where the default is social.
They have good qualities inside Mark Zuckerberg. First is he has a vision. His vision was that of a more open and connected world. And throughout the growth of Facebook, he has stuck to his vision of a product that offers value while connecting people and building a world with more empathy. Right from the beginning, the frugal-living Zuckerberg was never in it for the money. He had a larger vision and not only thought ahead of where he wanted to take Facebook, but pushed himself and his team to pull all their creativity into their work. Second, he goes beyond his comfort zone. To be a good leader, to go places, you must be willing to go further than others have and do things others want. He worked his ass off, which is did things he was uncomfortable with, such as like traveling across continent to speak to audience about his vision, and did what had to be done to build his company. Thirdly, he is willing to make mistakes. From the privacy fiasco to the newsfeed, Zuckerberg was willing to take risks and often had to backtrack on changes that did not work. But that did not dampen his appetite for innovation, and part of Facebook philosophy is to innovate. So we can safely assume that he will continue to do things that don't always go down well with some of its users. Next, he is willing to face criticism. While many young people would have withered in the face of the very public criticism, including having a rather unflattering movie made about him, such as The Social Network, he took it like a champ, even taking the staff for a screening of the movie. He also adapted to situation quickly. When he faced growing criticism over privacy allegations, Zuckerberg gave into public opinion, giving users more control over their privacy. He learned quickly how much user experience mattered and adapted his decision to be more inclusive of them. He also doesn't need to control everything. A lot of innovation at Facebook happens with the interaction of the users, as in the translation application, which happened without Zuckerberg's direct influence. He knows when to guide policy and when to give up control. This is what has made Facebook a network created in part with the help of user interaction. Lastly, he built the right relationship. From someone who had few friends as portrayed in The Social Network, to hobnobbing with the likes of Peter Thiel and Sean Parker, Zuckerberg has from the start built connection and relationship with the big wigs of Silicon Valley. If you believe that you are the sum of the people you are closest to, then Mark Zuckerberg is certainly in very good company.